In the last video, we have discussed about higher order observable. Let's consider one scenario. Suppose there is an observable stream. There is a two observable, outer observable and inner observable. Outer observable continuously emitting the data, and inner observable taking some time to process it, and then after processing this will emit a observable. Okay. So in this scenario, what will happen? Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4 continuously it is emitting from the outer observable, emission is happened, but inner observable is still busy to process the previous data. So in that scenario, there are the four possibilities. The first possibilities can be they will take the first one, and rest of the emitted data will get ignored. This is the first possibilities. Another possibilities can be like it will process the last emitted data and the previous data will get cancelled. Okay, they will not process it. And the third possibilities could be it will process each of this emitted data, it will get processed. It doesn't matter how much time it is taking. Whenever it will get processed, then it will pick up the second emitted data and then it will get processed. And similarly, if the second one will get completed, it doesn't matter whatever time it is taking, it will go to the third one. So this is the third possibilities. And the fourth possibilities will be they will process it all of this emitted data, and any of that, they suppose that first emitted data is finished in the 3 second, and the second one will finish in the 2 second, and third one is the 1 second, means third one is taking 1 second of time, and suppose fourth one will take suppose 0.5 second. So in that scenario, what will happen? In that scenario, 4 will get processed first, and then it will be processed third one, and then 2 second one, and then first one. So this is actually 4 possibilities. For each of these possibilities in the RxJS, there are the operator. Okay, the operator is switchMap, ExhaustMap, concatMap, and mergeMap. So let's try to understand all of these things. All of these things, it seems very similar and little confusing, but if you will try to understand, so as per the name suggestion, you will understand that what is the work of this operator. So see, I have created one observable from the form event operator. So whenever it means that there is a document is nothing but a selector. So whenever I will click anywhere, then for the click event it will produce a data. Okay, so actually I created an observable stream. So whenever I will click anywhere into the document as per the selector, then the data will get emit, and that data having the lots of information. Okay, actually it will produce the object, and that object also having the x position and y position, means where I have clicked, something like that. So the click dollar is the one observable, this is the outer observable, and if the click event will get occurred, then it will produce one data, and we will process that data in the inner observable. And suppose inner observable are taking 3 seconds. So since we do not have a HTTP call in the real life scenario, it can be a HTTP call. Okay, HTTP client call. So whenever HTTP call will happen, API call will happen, then obviously it will take some time to process it. So since we do not have the ready-made HTTP API call right now, so that's why I have done with the delay. This is a more easy way to understand the same thing. So you can see there is an observable we are creating with the off operator with some delay. Okay, now here you can notice I did a console log, and in that console log, let's remove this one, and let's see if I will click, then what will get. So when I will do the click, then what the data we are getting. So let's try to check it. So basically in the browser, in the console, we will check it. So whenever I will click in the document, you can see that it having the lots of data in the key value pair. It's having the whole pointer object, and it's also having the x-axis and y-axis, you can notice. So just to create a observable, we will for now we will take it the x-axis and y-axis. Just for the demonstration, we are just creating a observable. Okay, so based on the outer observable, whatever data it will get produced, we will take it and we will process it. So after the 3 second, we will generate another observable. So you can notice here there is a x position and y position and some delay is 3 seconds, something like that. So I am generating this data. And one important thing, I will show you what switchMap will do, but before that, one important thing, this observable, there is outer observable and inner observable. You have subscribed the outer observable. So once you will subscribe the outer observable, since inner observable is producing the another data, and data is nothing but observable itself, you have to subscribe 2 times. Okay, in the previous video as well I have discussed about these things. So instead of using this switch map, if I will use the normal map, then in that scenario we have to do a subscribe 2 times. So switch map is very useful, and okay, this type of operator is very useful. So let's try to understand what the switch map will do. Okay, and here you can notice only one time we need to subscribe, no need to subscribe 2 times, because we are using the operator like a switch map. So if you will use a switch map, concatMap, ExhaustMap, mergeMap, all of that, so in that scenario no need to subscribe 2 times. Okay, so now I am going to click anywhere in the document. Let's see. So here, before that, I am going to write here the event.x, so that you will see what the value we are getting for the x position. So continuously I will click into document, and once I will click, then it will inner observable will take 3 seconds to process it. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 times I clicked, but inner observable is processing. But after processing the inner observable, you can see here I have did the console log and did a r is nothing but means whatever data is got emitted, we are just doing a console log. So you can notice here from the outer observable 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 data emitted, but the process happened only for the last emitted data, and the previous data got cancelled. You can notice, see there is a x position is 217 and the last emitted data is a 217. So it means what? It is processing only the last emitted data, and the rest of this data is just it is just cancelling. Okay, previous data is just cancelling, and only last or latest emitted data is processing here. So actually this is the switch map. Now just opposite of the switch map there is a ExhaustMap. So let's try to understand the ExhaustMap. Okay, so here it is, here is the ExhaustMap, and I am just clearing it from here. Now here you can notice that, see I am just removing the tab operator for now, it's not required. Again I am going to click anywhere multiple times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have clicked the 6th time, but process happened only for the first time. Okay, so you can notice here there is a 64 is a first emitted data. Okay, so 64 is a first emitted data, and later on, because the inner observable is still processing, so rest of this data is just exhausted, it means it is just ignored, you can say. So for that we will use here the tab operator to verify these things. So let's try to understand once again. So I am just going to remove this console log as well. Now here you can notice, if I will click multiple times, you can see, then you can notice here I have done the multiple times 38, 105, 190, something like that, but the process happened only the first one, because first one is still in the progress, so rest of this observable, rest of the immediate data is just ignored. All these are ignored, just last one, the first one is considered. That's why in the exhaust map you can notice the X position is 38. This 38 is matching with this one. Why? Because the first one will get considered and rest of this just ignored. So this is the exhaust map. You can say the exhaust map is just opposite of the switch map. In switch map, basically latest data will be processed, and in the exhaust map the first data will get processed. Okay, in the exhaust map first data will process and rest of the data will get ignored, and in switch map the latest data will get processed and previous data will get cancelled. So actually this is the exhaust map. But what about the merge map? Let's try to understand the merge map. So again I am going to click anywhere so that outer observable will produce the data, and I will do like multiple times. Okay, I will click here the multiple times, and inner observable will take some time to process it. So right now again I am writing here the 3 second. Okay, it means there will be a delay, 3 second delay, 3000 millisecond. So after the 3 it will taking the 3 second to process the inner observable. So again I am going to write here the 3000 something. So see in this scenario what will happen. If I will click here in the document, suppose it multiple times I have clicked, you can notice for each of this click the process happened. But if you will notice, you will notice that for each of this immediate data, the observable, the inner observable processed successfully for each of this immediate data, even if it is taking 3 seconds, but still it is get processed. Why? Because we have used the merge map. In the merge map, what will happen? Whenever the any of this immediate data will get processed in the inner observable, they will give the output. Okay, it doesn't care any order. In any order, whenever the processing will be done, it will produce a data. So this is the merge map actually. For see, there is a 64 is get produced, 108 get produced, 151 get produced, and 191. Each of this immediate data is get produced. Okay, so there is a no any ignore data is not get ignored and not get cancel. All of this data get processed. Now similarly there are the concatMap. In case of concatMap, what will happen, that it will process each of this data until or unless not finishing the first one, it will not pick up the second one. So this is the actually concatMap. So let's see the example. Okay, so this is the example of the concatMap. So just I am clearing the console and I am going to click here into the browser so that we can produce data from the outer observable. So once again I will write here the 3 second. And then see, I am going to click in the browser. You can notice I clicked multiple times, but you can notice each of these data get produced until or unless not process the first one, it is not taking the second one. So from the outer observable, the 70 for the emitted data is 70, it got processed, and then 130 got processed, and each of this data got processed until or unless not completing, the next data is not processing. So actually this is the observable and higher order observable. So these are the very important operator comes from the RxJS higher order observable. So I hope you understand, and you remember I have not subscribed 2 times, I have subscribed only 1 time. Okay, because of this operator. So thank you very much. If you face any problem, Please comment.